Hello, my name is Brandon Pierce, and I'm the founder and CEO of Pure Legacy. Today, I'll be showing you our Future Innovators business branch, which is one of four of Pure Legacy's branches of business. Now, we will achieve our goals because we have a team who is motivated to see our vision through and see future innovators just as I do, as a way to give back to young students and guide them through the difficulties of building their skill sets before college. My cousin and co-founder Tiffany Pierce has a bachelor's in early childhood development, and we have other college students holding key positions, just like Jordan, who you will see in the pictures later on, who is an international student from Jamaica and wants to help teach STEM education to young students. We have also sought out guidance as well from the Launch Tennessee Student Business Mentorship Program, which led to connecting us with Sean Glinter, who is a successful serial entrepreneur, and outside his own company, he's on the board of Life Science TN and BioTN. We have received guidance since 2019 from two entrepreneurship business professors who have built their own successful companies and sold them, and Dr. Josephine McQuell, who is a Tennessee Tech professor and is our education advisor and has an extensive list of education, university, and organization accomplishments. Now, the Future Innovator's purpose is a heartfelt mission for me. My younger brother and I, when we were young, used to take apart anything and use it to build our own inventions. After issues in college and needing to switch majors, I began to wonder what I was meant to do. Then I seen a TED talk of someone only a year older than me who built a company off of one invention. The sad part and the truth was my grandmother still had the drawing of the same invention that I drew many years ago when I was only 8 years old of a boat that would collect plastic in the ocean. That's when I knew I was meant to provide guidance and a growth in skill sets for STEM education to help children have help for their invention ideas and the career growth and skill sets they need before college. That is why Future Innovators provide STEM services to engage, educate, and advance the skill sets of tomorrow's future innovators. Now, to explain the style of STEM tutoring we provide, because STEM tutoring is more than just math and science. We focus on teaching real-life issues for environmental sustainability and STEM industries while developing skill sets for innovation, problem-solving, and critical thinking skills. Mechanical STEM is building mechanical projects that focus on combining small parts to create a large multifunction project. And DIY STEM is what Future Innovators has incorporated into our curriculum. And as you can see in the middle photo, that DIY STEM project is using cans, popsicle sticks, a battery, RC motor, receiver, and controller to build a small RC drone. Electronic STEM is combining mechanical parts or even DIY projects like electronic hydroponic systems and using it to build something with electronic abilities to control it. Now, from our market discovery by talking to parents, school teachers, researching through the Tennessee Department of Education, and researching our competition, we have learned about some serious issues. For parents, private school subject tutoring is expensive, and these centers are too far away from these rural areas, and they do not provide any type of STEM tutoring or even similar STEM tutoring that our company provides. For rural communities and public schools, as you will see shortly in our industry outlook, they have issues with low funding and professional development for STEM teachers is insufficient. And some schools have to share equipment with a short amount of time to use it and have no partnerships for STEM clubs, competitions, or even after-school programs. These issues, combined with no STEM centers or STEM hubs, only make things worse for rural schools, students, and parents in these areas. Now, the solutions my company provides work in all areas of need. For parents, we provide affordable in-home tutoring for STEM education, subject tutoring, and college prep. And we also offer these services as a video conference calling for tutoring as well. And this provides college students meaningful career experience that they get to help future children before college. The solution for the state's desire to be the top 25 states for education comes from us creating a bridge to provide more STEM educators, community STEM events, partnerships with businesses for STEM education, and advancing into after-school STEM education programs. Now, looking at our competitors in Tennessee, we are the only company that provides STEM tutoring and in-home one-on-one STEM tutoring and other tutoring services in rural Appalachian areas. We are more affordable than Wisent, which is a website tutors showcase their services on, but they do not have STEM tutors in these rural areas. And the largest company, Sullivan Learning, does not provide STEM tutoring in any of their locations like we do, and their other tutoring and college prep services are too expensive. We are also the only company who seeks to host community and school events and expand into after-school programs. Now, this graph represents our initial focus for our two market entries, and we already have 3 partnerships in Carter County. With a 5% market access for just STEM tutoring alone in Carter County, we will see a nice return after our labor expenses of just $10 an hour. However, both markets, the true benefit from that is the growth in STEM educators, events, and growth in skill sets for young students. Then we will look at our long-term growth across the state as a whole, because Tennessee has a population growth of 70%, and gaining just 5% market access across the state will be enough to fund our nonprofit side, provide scholarships for both young students and college students, and sponsor more events across the state. Now, for the industry of STEM education, it is a personnel shortage, not a skill set shortage. Our industry entry and long-term success comes from being seen on this slide, as well as on page 2 of our written report, the extra materials we have provided. The U.S. Department of Education invested $578 million into STEM education, and the Tennessee Department of Education invested only $700,000 into 89 out of 1,700 public schools. That is why the Tennessee Department of Education and Tennessee STEM Innovation Network are looking for partnerships with companies like ours. And if you look on page 2 of the written report, those reasons that they're looking for partnerships shows education needs for our services, like a harsh issue that only 37% of Tennessee students meet ACT benchmark requirements for math and science, which is an issue with STEM occupation being the 5th fastest growing occupation in the South. But that graph also shows promising factors like 63% of middle school girls feel empowered by STEM learning. Therefore, with the problems and the state of Tennessee that the state of Tennessee faces with STEM education and our innovative company foundation, all these stats and desire for a growth of STEM partnerships show proof for the opportunity that my company has to be successful. Now, as a young company, we have a lot to be proud of. With a long list of accomplishments, our top ones are 11 Forbes 30 Under 30 nominations in 2019, accepted and completed the first edition of the Launch Tennessee Student Business Mentorship Program, 2 news articles, 2 radio interviews, a TV interview. We have 3 partnerships and 2 pending. And recently we completed the Global Student Entrepreneurship Awards competition as a Tennessee regional finalist and had an introduction meeting with the Tennessee STEM Innovation Network for future sponsorship. Now, thank you for this time and this wonderful opportunity to present. I am Brandon Pierce, founder and CEO of Pure Legacy, and I invite you to take this journey with us for developing tomorrow's future innovators so more kids could smile about STEM education like our first client.